Hello, YouTube family, and welcome back to Simz Vidz, and I'm Simone. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in, and today I'm gonna share a story time with you. Something that happened to my daughter and I. But before we get into that, I want you to subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. I need you guys, please. It doesn't cost anything. It is free, as you know, to subscribe. So please subscribe. So let's get into our video here. So this is a story time. I'm going to give you the tea as to what happened. So anyways, on Saturday, my daughter's best friend grandmother funeral. So we went, to show our support. This family has been very close to my daughter. And even though it was difficult, it was something that we felt we needed to do, which was support them in their difficult time of mourning. So the memorial was beautiful. A lot of wonderful things was said. I didn't personally know her. My daughter did. And my daughter had to point out to me that her best friend's grandmother was a Taurus. So, of course, all these wonderful things that they're saying about her, it's a Taurus trait. We're giving people, we're loving, we're loyal. When we love hard. When we support hard. When we want the best, we're very, very straightforward with people when we want the best for them. We have nothing but good intentions and a clean heart. As I said, this memorial was very touching. There were times that I was having my little flashbacks of my sister's funeral. Managed to keep it together. And the hardest part of funerals for me, well, since my sister passed, the hardest part is to see the casket. And my daughter's best friend's grandmother's casket resembled so much of my sister. It was very difficult, but it was a wonderful service. The pastor really touched me, really made me think about a lot of stuff. And honestly, when that memorial was over, I felt good. I felt good with what the pastor was saying. Don't get me wrong. I felt very sad for my sister's best friend's loss. I'm also friends with her mother. So seeing her break down was really, really difficult for me. But I understood. And, I just keep letting them know if they need us, we're there for them, because that's what this is all about, supporting each other and trying to get each other through the difficult times so we can all smile again and know that our loved ones are gone off, or a better place, I should say. At least that's what I believe, that when our loved ones depart from this world, that they actually go on to somewhere better. I truly believe that. So anyways, when the memorial was over, it was close to our old neighborhood. So I said to my daughter, hey, why don't we just take a drive through the old neighborhood? And she was like, all right, Mom, let's go. And then she goes, oh, Mom, remember that Chinese food place? So we ended up ordering some food, but by the time we got there, the food wasn't quite ready. We had I think like a 7-minute wait. So there was this new West Indian African supermarket that had opened. And I'm not exactly sure how long this supermarket opened because I've not been in that area in such a long time. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, let's go in and, take a look. And I needed to get CMOS, So we go into the supermarket and I'm telling you, they had everything. They had fresh fish, they had oxtail, goat, shrimp. I even seen tripe. Oh, I saw so many things. And there was a wall with just spices. And my eyes were just dancing because I'm seeing all of these spices that is so hard to get. Like usually you have to go to different stores in order to get the spices that you need. But in this particular supermarket, they had everything that me as a Jamaican would want in terms of West Indian groceries. So I didn't see the brand of CMOS that I wanted because for me, whenever I'm buying CMOS, I always buy Wild Craft. So they didn't have it. We were in the store all of maybe, I would say, maybe 3 minutes, maybe even less than that. But they had everything in there. They had breadfruit, soa sop, green banana, plantain, yam, Jamaican sweet potato, so many different things. Like the variety was amazing. So as I said, I was so excited about this place. But they didn't have what I wanted, so I wasn't going to spend unnecessary money. So my daughter and I left the supermarket to go and pick up the food because by this time, the food should have been ready for pickup. So we come out of the supermarket now, and there was a security guard in the parking lot. So he sees when my daughter and I are coming out of the supermarket. He says to me, hello, miss. So I turned to him and I was like, yeah. Then he's like, where are you going? So I'm looking around because I'm like, is this man really talking to me? Like I'm a grown woman. Hello? So but then it clued into me. It's because we parked where the supermarket was. But the spot that the vehicle that we parked, it was not designated for the supermarket. It actually didn't have no signage at all. So anyways, I said to him, we're just going to go and pick up some food and then we're coming back. And then he says, pick up food? Really? So I'm looking at him and I'm like, yeah. So he goes, well, you have 5 minutes. So I'm like, What do you mean 5 minutes? The signage behind you, it says there's a 30-minute parking limit. We don't need 30 minutes. We just need to go and get our food. We went into the supermarket. I did not see what I wanted. And now I'm going about my business to go pick up my food so I can go home. This man, he started getting rude with me, and my patience were getting very thin. Now, it takes a lot for me to snap. I'm usually pretty good in handling my temper, but this man was really getting on my nerves, like really, really, really getting on my nerves. So I said to him, so if the food is not ready in 5 minutes, what then? He said, I'm giving you 5 minutes. And I said, but what if it's not ready in 5 minutes? And I'm waiting, at this point, I'm waiting for him to say, all right, if you go in and your food is not ready, just come out and let me know. Just so I know that, you're waiting. That's all he had to say. No, my man pop off and start getting all ignorant and unprofessional. Mind you, he's on the job. He's on the clock. And this man started carrying on, and he must have thought because I was a female, and he was a bigger gentleman to me because I'm short, So I guess he figured that I was going to be intimidated by how he was behaving. Oh no. Oh no. I was not going to let the way how this man was speaking to me, I wasn't going to let it go. And I started taking him on. I was basically saying, this is a public parking lot. He doesn't own it. But the sign behind him says it's a 30-minute parking limit and so forth. Oh, I'm all right. Seeing how you're being rude. How was I being rude at this point? How was I being rude at this point? Oh, seeing how you're going to be rude. I'm going to get the car towed. Ooh, when he said that, I just started seeing red. Honestly, I got so upset. I started telling this guy off. I started telling about his PC and his BC and his president's choice. And yeah, I just started telling him off. Big time. It's like it was like he was a different person, people. I don't usually get that upset, but because of his behavior, I just had no tolerance for it, none whatsoever. So, and the thing about it is, and the reason why I started cursing at him is because he was being very disrespectful. So, anyways, because I was telling about his BC, he says, oh, you know the word good. So I looked at him and I was like, what do you mean I know the word good? Right? Oh, miyayadi. I said, brethren, I'm a Jamaican too. At this point, I was just over it. I just said, you want to know what? Let us move this car because something is going to pop off. Like the way how I was feeling, like honestly, the energy was not good. And I could not believe that this man made me come out of character. Now, the reason why I'm not mentioning what the name of this supermarket is because I called to basically complain about their security. I was not going to let it go. It was unprofessional and it was uncalled for. And because the person that I spoke to was very respectful and was very empathetic into what I was telling her, and apparently they've been having issues with the security people out there. So when I told her what happened, she said that she would relay it to the manager, because this has not been the only complaint that they've been getting. So, because, as I said, she was listening to me, she was hearing me out, she was respectful, she was accommodating. She had said to me, oh, if I want to speak to the manager, I can call back at this time. But I was at work, so I just wanted to be done with the situation. But people, when you go into supermarkets, these people, establishment that you're stepping foot in, which they expect you to spend your money, they need to be respectful. Because let's face it, nothing is cheap no more. Nothing is cheap no more. Everything is expensive. And for you to be working hard and making your money, and you're going into a store and you're being disrespected, I'm sorry, me personally, that establishment is not getting my money. I will go somewhere else, even if it means I have to drive a little bit further down the road. I will do that. And I told this young lady that I was speaking to today, actually, I told her I was so excited about the store because they had everything in there. And because of my experience in the parking lot, it never looked good. It did not look good. He was very unprofessional, and I was very, very, very disappointed. I just told her straight blank. And as I said, she apologized for the experience that I had outside of the supermarket. She said, please don't make it cloud my judgment of the actual establishment, which I understood where she was going, because really and truly, he never worked for the supermarket. He was outside in the parking lot. But the way how he went about it, it was not professional. And I wasn't trying to get him in problems, because that was not my intent. Somebody just needed to speak to him about his professionalism, because he had none. And when you're working with people, you need to show respect. Point blank. So with that said, my experience with talking with the young lady at the grocery store, it was very positive. She did say that, I can call back tomorrow just to touch base with the manager. But you want to know what? I'm not going to. I made my point by just getting it out there for them to know that this is going on right outside of your establishment. And it don't look good. It don't look good. People should not be harassed. And honestly, I felt like this security guard that was out in the parking lot, I just felt like he was pinpointing me and my daughter for whatever reason, 2 females. Because when my daughter and I walked out of the supermarket, I saw people parking their vehicles and walking in the direction that I was walking in. And he didn't stop them, and they were men. They were grown men. And it's more than one I saw. And he never stopped, not one. But yet he stopped me and tried to start a confrontation with me. And trust me when I tell you, I went tit for tat with him. You're not going to disrespect me and get away with it. We're not doing that. No, sir. But anyways, so yeah, I got my point across and I'm happy about how it went. And not now, but maybe down the road, I will go back to this establishment. Right now, things are a bit fresh, so I'm just gonna keep myself quiet. And yeah, we'll see how I feel maybe in a couple of weeks, because it is an amazing supermarket. It has everything. We'll see how it goes. But thank you for watching this video and listening to my story time, my adventure of going to this Caribbean African supermarket. What I do want you to do is press that subscribe button. Please subscribe. Comment, like, share, and push that notification button so when I post, you will not miss a post. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.